handle the situation. Let's bring in host of Left Coast News, Ethan Behrman, and the former Border Patrol chief under President Obama, Mark Morgan. Great to have you both.
Absolutely. Thanks, Shannon.
Okay, so the DHS secretary is headed home as we hear new numbers. I want to read a couple of things. This from nationalreview.com. According to DHS data released last month, the number of family units arriving at the border has increased 338% since the previous fiscal year. Over at the Washington Examiner, Byron York writes, it appears that Customs and Border Patrol apprehended more than 100,000 people in March, a pace that could mean more than 1 million apprehensions this year. Ethan, is that a crisis?
Well, it's a humanitarian crisis. We have families fleeing the violence of the cartels in Central America because of our failed drug war that funds them, because of our appetite for drugs here, because we don't have functioning work visa programs. The cartels make money off of them that way as well. And then back in their home countries, the cartels threaten their children. And if somebody's threatening my children's lives, if they don't do the bidding of the cartels, I'm going to find a way out of there as well. We need to be doing more in Central America to help stabilize, and we need to be fixing our problems here that are funding those cartels.
Well, and Mark, there's always an argument about the magnets that are bringing people here, whether it's looking for an escape from violence, and we do have an asylum program that is handled and people are given an opportunity there. But there are also all these magnets as far as people who are willing to hire them illegally here and other enticements that bring them to the southern border.
Shannon, that's absolutely right. With all due respect to your guests, I have to respectfully completely disagree why they're coming here. Intelligence and information will show, and statistics show, they are coming here for 2 reasons, and the majority of these 2 reasons: economic equality and family reunification. They are not fleeing persecution or violence, and the stats show that by the amount of asylum claims that are actually found to be not valid. And you're absolutely right. The incentives to come here are overwhelming, and they're willing to take this dangerous trek because they know, grab a kid, set 1 foot on American soil, and you're allowed into the United States, really, to remain here unchecked.
Well, and Ethan, I mean, CBP last week said we've reached a situation that is a breaking point. They said that the traffic that's coming here, we've discussed this, is not as it used to be, single male individuals showing up and sneaking over the border. People are now coming as families and presenting themselves to Border Patrol. They're not trying to sneak, and they know that CBP is saying in many cases, we have nothing to do but release them before they even go through ICE into this country.
Yeah, well, that's because they're not coming here for the economic reason Mark just said. And Mark just did something that is very deceitful, and I don't appreciate it. Why are the asylum applications being denied? Because Attorney General Jeff Sessions changed the rule and has denied due process to these people under international refugee law.
That's false.
And is not allowing them to present their case. That is not false. He changed the rule on how much time they have. They do not get proper representation anymore
some of the classifications
in the asylum.
that people can claim coming through did change. Mark, final word to you.
That's not a lie. He changed the rule, Mark, and you know it. He changed the rule, Mark.
That's absolutely wrong.
He
went back to the way it was.
It's not wrong.
Okay,
I can show you the order.
Let's let Mark answer your claims, Ethan.
I'm sorry, Shannon, what was that?
Yeah, I was just saying, Mark, I want you to have a chance to wrap it up quickly here.
Yeah, so it's just not true. They are coming here for family reunification and for economic equality. That's it. And under the asylum laws, those are not valid claims under our asylum laws. They're being denied. It's a crisis. And let me say one last thing.
Quickly.
It's not just a humanitarian crisis. It's a threat crisis, too. The cartels are exploiting this. More drugs and bad things and human trafficking are happening every day along the southwest border.
I think we all can agree. Congress has got work to do.
Yes.
In the meantime, thank you. More news next.